wasn't holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too.
We are beyond thrilled to welcome one of Chicago's most iconic gaming exports, Q Bert, made by Warren Davis, Jeff Lee, and David Thiel, who is represented in this sound installation.
He's in the corner facing the wall.
Like always. Well, so we invited Warren and Jeff to come out, who were very gracious with their time and supportive of this project because we wanted to tell the story behind Q Bert. Who made it, how it was made, why it was made, and tell a little bit about its legacy and its success. And so it gives me great pleasure and honor to welcome you both here tonight, and along with everyone else here in the room.
What was kind of an inconsequential work we did so long ago. We never imagined bullshit. We never imagined people would. This was it 45 years or
Not quite 45, but still.
in there. Yeah, that people would remember this stuff because I mean, as Eugene would know, these games were pretty transitory back in the day, and they weren't meant to survive. And my hat is off to all the preservationists.
Oh my God.
And nursery these things and keep them running. I mean, it's just astounding.
Well, and designing new boards with modern components that will run these games. And so their longevity is, guaranteed for another 30, 40 years at the least.
And then of course the fans, people that are here today were playing this when they were like 5 years old, and
I was 5 years old when I made it.
it's part of their life. I understand there's stuff when I was a kid that I still love today, and it's funny to be on the other end of that. Where people are loving what you did back then, and they're having you sign stuff and all that.
I echo what Jeff said. It's truly astonishing. Oh wow! I hope that's nothing drastic.
Not Q Bert related.
No.
That should be the sound when Q Bert lands on it. But it's just astonishing that the game is remembered as fondly as it is. We're very grateful. It's rewarding to an extent that I can't even express. All I was ever trying to do is entertain people, just make something that people would enjoy and have fun doing, and they remember it. So you can't ask for anything more than that, really. So thank you all for being here. Thank you all for your love of the game, and to answer the question, I think it's very funny because we get asked this question a lot. It's like, well, why did you make this game? My glib answer lately is, well, it was my job. Basically, if I didn't make a game, I would be fired. That was my job. So I had to do something. But most people don't seem to realize, I tell it, I have a book and I talk about it in my book, but it wasn't a game, it was a programming exercise. I was just trying to teach myself certain techniques of how to program graphics and gravity and randomness, and it literally evolved into this game one step at a time. And I have to give a lot of credit to the guys who ran our department, Howie Rubin and Ron Waxman, because they gave us the freedom to explore ideas. Nobody was sitting over our shoulders going like, no, you got to pitch this idea, we have to improve it. That didn't happen at Gottlieb in those days. It was like, make a game, they said. And, they hoped that 6 months later you had a game. So it was a different time, certainly, and maybe a philosophy that didn't work out in the long run.
Well, maybe not. The infinite number of monkeys typing away. Shakespeare or something. Not that this is Shakespeare.
But actually, it's funny you say that because we were just having this conversation about, did Shakespeare think his plays would last this long, or is he just making disposable entertainment for
I think
please
it
the
was
crowd?
disposable.
I think so too. So there you go. Kids, make disposable entertainment that you think has no longevity.
And some of it will stick.
Anyway, thank you.
You were talking about freedom, and if I may, Ethan and I were talking about the genre of Q Bert, because games today and games back in the day had very specific genres. This is a racing game, this is a shooter, this is a so on and so forth. And we talked about how kind of iconoclastic and unique and original, Q Bert is kind of its own beast. How would you define it as a genre? Or does it even can be?
Puzzle game?
I thought about that, but
Yeah, no, it is a little bit of a puzzle game. But honestly, I wasn't trying to make anything revolutionary. I was just trying to make something fun and simple that I could program.
Something you could play in a bar and smoke a cigarette.
When you could do that.
Or a drink.
In a bar.
The one-handed thing, that is definitely something I was conscious of. I wanted you to be able to play with one hand so you could hold a drink in the other. Not a cigarette.
No.
I was a smoker.
Kids don't smoke.
Say no.
But yeah, no, I mean, Pac-Man was sort of a role model. I mean, it was simple, and you knew what you had to do, and so anyway, I never thought of it as very particularly groundbreaking. I understand visually, which was Jeff's creation of this,
Which I cribbed from Escher and the ancient Romans. So.
I collect photographs of places where this pattern is used, and the oldest one is ancient Roman times. There's
I get one for you.
And
in Santiago, Chile.
I'll have to send that. At the Getty Villa in Los Angeles has a recreation of a Roman villa that has this a tile pattern on the floor.
Ah.
Yeah. And in the movie Excalibur, 1981, John Borman, one of the knights has this pattern on his shield.
Have you been watching Only Murders in the Building?
Yes, unbelievable, yeah.